Welcome. It's a little red again, and people are now kind of panicking because nothing has changed, but people expected more for October, right? It's October, apparently. Well, so far at least. We're 4 days in, guys. And the dips that we're seeing right now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm buying it up. Okay, I'm buying them up. So let's get into the charts, see what's going on and what we can expect potentially for the rest of the month and the year and following year, because that's gonna be where the real party is. So welcome to the Fomo Factory. My name is Menno. You don't care. Okay, nice to meet me. Nice to meet you. Like the video and subscribe to the channel. Turn the bell notification on. Worst intro ever since my last intro. First off, wow, man, this video it kind of did very well for the content that I usually make. I may get 100 likes and no comments at all, but this one completely got everybody's attention, and the opinions are very much divided, as they should be, right? As they should be. So that's pretty cool. So check out the video if you haven't seen it. The worst and the best crypto influencers to follow during this bull market. I think it's a pretty solid list. Now, let's get right into it. So it kind of depends on how you look at it. This is the total 3, the altcoin market. We are in this downtrend and we broke out, and now it kind of just looks like a retest, man. So I was looking at this and I was like, wow, this is actually pretty good, right? We broke out, we did very fine, 3 pretty strong green candles in a row. And now we're getting some red. So, hey, let's buy the red, right? Like, why not? It's my approach. Bitcoin, also, nothing really weird going on here. It's just going sideways for 7 months. Welcome to crypto, where things can go up very hard, down very hard. But newsflash, they can also just go sideways. Now, people expected October to be green, right? October! And then it turns out that, hey, crypto doesn't give a fuck about the first days of October. It just does what it does, right? And that's why people got disappointed and now feel like, wow, yeah, maybe this time is different. Nah, like, come on, man. September was green. Usually it's red, right? Now, I said that before as well. Usually October is green. Maybe this October will be red. Could be. These are all averages, right? It's not a guarantee that it's going to play out like that, of course. But Bitcoin is sitting nicely at the bull market support band right now. And if we want to look at the bright side of life, hey, we have a higher high compared to this high, and we have a higher low compared to this low. So instead of a downtrend, it is actually now an uptrend. And we're just buying the lower side of the uptrend right now. So isn't it good? Like, that's what I'd like to buy. If we look at the altcoin market without the top 10, and so actually altcoins, then you can see that, yeah, kind of the same, right? We have a higher high compared to this high, and we have a higher low compared to this low, and we're now kind of just retesting the level where we broke out. That looks perfect to me to buy. So what are the altcoins that I'm buying right now? I'm gonna show you. And I think that if you ride it out till the end of 2025, you're gonna do fantastic. And I know that people are now focused on the news, right, about the wars that's going on. But again, it's always a reason for people to say that this time is going to be different. And yeah, yet so far that has never worked out. So I'm not going to be in that camp actually. I'm just going to look at this and be like, hey, red is for buying and green is for selling, okay? Not the other way around. See way too many people capitulate. They think, okay, let me save what's left. Yeah, that's what I did before, and then it mooned, right? Like, I'm not going to make that mistake again, and I hope you won't as well, because the post-halving year is coming. That's super bullish for crypto. We're having these rate cuts. QE should be coming, which is more specifically good for altcoins. The presidential election, and again, whether if Harris wins or Trump, or it doesn't really matter that much. It's more that the market has certainty, and that's what the market likes, right? Now the market feels like, we're going to be the president. Dump! Right? And once we get it, it's going to be fine. Even if Harris wins. Like, I hope not. But for crypto, I mean, here Biden won, right? And what happened? We still mooned, right? It's not that the market feels like, Biden won, now we're going to dump. Nah, it's like, hey, the market has certainty. And that's what the market likes. Also, what's interesting And what I think is super bullish is that social risk is sitting pretty low, right? We are sitting at levels where we were over here as well, when the market was actually in a pretty good buying opportunity, while Bitcoin maintains the level around the all-time high, right? So here we needed a lot of retail to be at 60K. Here we have no retail and we are at 60K, right? So once the retail does come in, our price is going to be way higher. Right now, what's going to make retail come in? Green candles, like it's a domino effect, right? Green candles are the best marketing out there. People see Bitcoin at 60K being boring and they be like, nah. Once Bitcoin goes to 80, 90K, people be like, whoa, it's doing something. Hey, look, Bitcoin, it was a thing. You remember, I knew about Bitcoin, but I never did something with it. But that's how it goes, right? Especially for altcoins. Plus, retail has the money. And again, there will be money printed. There will be way more money in the market in the first place. So it's just going to be super bullish. So therefore, the altcoins that I'm looking at right now, I think they're going to give some amazing returns, actually. And again, if we look at this and we compare Bitcoin to the last 2 cycles, then we are looking pretty good, right? We are purple right now. Purple, like we're holding our breath for 7 months, right? Therefore, we're becoming a little purple right now. But if you look where we are, we're a little lower right now. But overall, sometimes we're a little higher. We are right on track with the last 2 cycles. Right on track. Right? So if we follow the last 2 cycles exactly for 780 days or something, 680 days, why not for another 100 or 200? The phase where we moon. I like that. That's not gonna happen. Okay, then stay sidelined. Go your gang. Like do what you want, man. But I'm not staying sidelined right now. I do have money to buy the lows, and if they don't occur, I buy pre-sales, notes, new coins, whatever. It can never hurt to have some money in this market. But overall, I'm pretty much allocated right now. I have a big allocation in Seed World. Seed World is a project from Seedify, and this is gonna be fantastic, actually. TGE this, TGE that, but what are token sinks? S World, new token, and you can still burn SNFTs and get Seed World tokens in return. And this is gonna be the project of 2024-5. I'm so convinced that this is gonna be the big one. If you look at Sandbox, Decentraland, right? They blew up, but they kind of sucked. Right, this has been worked on for such a long time by such a professional team, and they've proven that, like with SNFTs, they do great. With Seedify, S-Fund, they do great, right? Like they do great. They have backing, like from every project, KOL, and everything, community in crypto. Cannot fail. It cannot fail. So get your hands on the tokens. Now you still can. You can buy the seed roots. These are nodes. You can also do that. Seed World Meta. Follow them. Look at what they post. Study. I will do some full videos on it as well to help you to not search for it all. But overall, make sure that you are already prepared here. And now you can stake as World in locked pools, multiple locked pools for resource lands. You can stake it in other pools as well for treasure islands. And the top 100 stakers also get whale islands as extra. And finally, auctions in Asworld for 11 mega load-on islands. So there is so much going on right here. And these islands are not just islands. You can do and you can... You get something for it, okay? You get something for it. But again, I will drop a full video where I completely explain what they have been posting so far. I'm excited. I'm also super curious what they're going to do. But this is one of the projects that I kind of invested in most. Well, because Seedify is my number 1 holding, and Asworld is, I think, gonna be the big brother, actually. Apart from that, what to buy on the open market. I said in a couple of videos, like, hey guys, the 29th of September, do with it whatever you want, but Portal is releasing their seed rounds to the VCs. You can short it. And what happened on that day is fantastic for the shorters, at least. A really nice fall right there. So if you shorted it, congratulations. You made a fantastic trade there. Now, what am I buying? Well, I'm not buying Bitcoin. Why? Well, simply because if we look at the Bitcoin dominance, right, this is clear to me that the Bitcoin dominance is more at the top than at the lows, right? Did it break out of this trend line? Yeah. Technically, is it a trend line? No, because 1, 2 touches and 3 makes a trend. So yeah, not really. If we put a Fibonacci over it, where it got rejected at the last cycle, you can see that it was exactly at 618, and we are now approaching the 618, and we are kind of already there. So please don't try to time it. Sorry, please don't try to time it. Sorry, I have a sore throat. I went on a boat. It was cold as fuck, and it like anyway. Therefore, to now buy Bitcoin instead of altcoins doesn't make much sense to me, actually. So I'm buying altcoins. Interesting. So what am I buying? Well, if we look at the altcoin market, again, like it's been a downtrend. We broke out, and now it looks like we're retesting. So I bought some things on the retest. And what I bought? A couple of actually just high caps, like AVAX. I think that AVAX is going to be one big winner. And why did I buy some high caps? Because there is a lot of shit going on in the world. And although next year is going to probably be fantastic, hey, this month, next month, whatever, it can still go down. And it could be on a 50% wick base, right? For all we know. It's crypto. So I'm not buying the high risk coins that dump 80% when that happens, right? First need confirmation that the market is really going to pick up. And I have my low caps already. So AVAX, big winner. And AVAX, it is looking good, actually, right? If you take it like this, then you can see that AVAX is in an uptrend. So buying the lows in an uptrend is the best thing you can do. It's better than buying the lows in a downtrend, right? The trend has changed from down to up. That's just looking bullish to me. I bought some Beam, kind of the same pattern, actually. One low cap that I did buy was El Toro, and that's just simply because I didn't have enough, right? So it's not that I say like, wow, El Toro is something special compared to others. It's just in my portfolio, and I didn't have enough yet. I bought some Ronin. I think that Ronin is like, gaming is my conviction, as you may know, and Ronin is like the safe play when it comes to gaming. The gaming play, basically. So I needed some Ronin. And I bought a little extra Super. Super is just showing like, dude, how clear do you want it to be which coins are going to moon in the bull market, right? Look what Super is doing. It is a big outperformer, right? Everybody talking about Solana. I get it. Solana did fantastic, right? From the bottom to the top, 2,500%. Right? Solana is in everybody's portfolio or discussion or whatever. If you look at Super, it didn't do much less, right? It's fantastic. Super is like crazy strong. So I bought some of that as well. Overall, altcoins are now just looking very fine to buy. And what I would say is, what I'm doing at least, and you consider thinking the same, ignore the news a little bit, okay? I know it's hard sometimes. People say, yeah, but now there's a war, and now like we get a recession, and now this, and now that. Look, crypto has been around for 15 years now, and people did that every time. Every time they said, now this, now that. Now, we had some weird shit, man. We had some bad news. Crypto eventually always just did what it does during a 4-year cycle. And from all that I have experienced, the only ones that are getting wrecked are the ones that are saying that this time is different, and maybe this time we should be wrecked. So far, every time. Not a single exception. So it's just, for me, it's super dangerous to say, like, this time is going to be different. The chances that you are right are like, well, so far, nobody ever got it right like that. So I'm just saying, like, hey, crypto has shown, like, whatever the news is, the 4-year cycle is above it, right? So now I'm playing it like this again. Whatever the news is, the news makes sure that we are getting some good buying opportunities, right? If the news was that bad, then why is Bitcoin still sitting at 60K? It's sitting around all-time highs, right? Like, is it not priced in or anything? Like, you know, so it's a fantastic buying opportunity, because once it all blows over and QE starts and we get a president and more rate cuts are there, etc., etc., and you know, then crypto is kind of written on the wall to go up, actually. So I'm buying these altcoins. And look, it's not that I feel like, hey, I should buy AVAX before I should buy Cetify or Foco Forts or Prime or whatever. It's just that I look at my portfolio and I'll be like, hey, what are for me the blue chips that I want to hold in my portfolio and that I want to hold the most value in? And if I look at my portfolio, then it's Cetify, AVAX, Ronin, Beam, Super, OXO, Prime, IMX, Render. And then I have a lot of stuff that's below there that I have good positions in. But these are the coins that I feel like I want those to be my biggest bags, right? Now, for example, Joe, way lower market cap than most of those, right? And it's kind of obvious that if AVAX does well, that the leading DEX on AVAX also does well, right? Now, that AVAX is going to do well is that's really obvious play in my opinion. However, Joe, it's a DEX. You can replace it, right? It's not that we cannot have a better DEX or anything. So it's not that Joe is certainly there to stay. But it is for me clear enough, like, hey, AVAX is one of the chains that's going to do best in my opinion. So let's take a position into a lower cap on that chain, which is needed for now, which is Joe. Because if people want to trade on AVAX, they use Joe mostly. So it is an obvious play, but you can replace it, right? So therefore, it's not my highest conviction play. Same as like Star Atlas, Polis. I love the game. Like, this looks so freaking good. And the price is pretty low right now. But it is just a single game, period, right? So there's no way for me to put this into my top 5, right? And yeah, it could have higher rewards, but it's higher risk as well, and that's worth something for me. So what I'm doing is, and I'm gonna make a tier list about all the niches in crypto that I like. So I'm gonna tell you right now, the niches that I think are gonna blow up most are gaming, launchpads, and AI. Why? Well, gaming, I don't know how much I need to explain that actually. It is the most obvious and biggest use case in crypto, right? Like, gaming was already a use case before crypto. And it goes hand in hand in any way, right? So crypto is good. That's the biggest no-brainer ever, actually. If you do not hold crypto gaming in your portfolio, then research gaming a little bit. I'm not a gamer, but I'm convinced that gaming is the most obvious play, for sure. Launchpads, nobody says it. Everybody says gaming, AI, and memes. Right? Like, memes are always nice, and there will always be some memes, but it's not going to be the biggest gainer, in my opinion. Launchpads overall are, right? I mean, if you take every meme coin and you take an average of the returns, and then you're going to be like in a big loss, right? But if you take the average of all the launchpads, you're going to be in big profit. Right? It's less risky, but it's super obvious. In a market where people have a lot of money to spend, when things go up, they want to be in new launches. And they do that by being in these launchpads. So they buy the fuck up all these launchpads. And that's what we have seen in end of last year, beginning this year, when everything did a 4x. You know, launchpads, C5, for example, did a 11x almost, right? You can also see that in a market where everything is going down, launchpads crash way harder. So this is really based on what point in the market are we now. And in my opinion, we are in the stage that, yes, in the short term, we can go down, but overall, don't try to time it. And my long-term vision is that we go up hard anyway. So therefore, I'm stacking up on launchpads. And AI, right? Like, it's not even most projects, most AI projects in crypto, I feel like, what do you do? Do we need you? It sounds cool, but is it actually? But that's the same with memes. Like, people know, like, well, it doesn't do stuff, but it has the hype, right? And that's what we have seen, like AI coins, XO. Look what an outperformer. This was like crazy. When the market does a little well, OXO blew up. Yeah, and again, once the market goes down, yeah, then AI also goes down really, really hard with it. Conducts, right? Conducts had a gain of like 25,000%. Like crazy, and now it's going down, of course, like everything else. So I will make a tier list with my favorite gaming coins, and I will put as much gaming coins in as well, right? Like also the ones that I don't hold. And I will do the same for launchpads, for AI, at least with the coins that I know about. And I try to give you an unbiased view, right? And like, I'm not gonna rank one coin higher because I hold it or anything. But I hold it because I rank it higher, of course, right? I'm not gonna hold a coin that I rank very low. What the fuck do I need with that? Why do I have that coin in that case? But I try to give a very unbiased view on that. Because in my opinion, these niches are gonna blow up hardest. Let me know what you think is gonna be the biggest winner in this cycle. I mean, your opinion could be different than mine. All in all, we don't know. We'll see. But I think this will be the big winner. So you can do a little research extra based on these videos. Like, hey, is there maybe something else that I should hold in my portfolio or should get rid of, actually? For now, I've been buying these coins. And all in all, the dominance sitting pretty high. Bitcoin going sideways. DXY is going a little up again. Again, a little. It has a very hard weekly push, actually. And the USDT dominance, man. People are putting it back in USDT. And this is just... This chart shows the stupid retail, right? Like, we are, again, I'm going to wrap it up, but I hope it gives you a bit perspective. We are at the end of the halving year. Q4 halving year, bullish. Right before the presidential election. Rate cuts, for fuck's sake, just started. QE is around the corner. And the post-halving year, which is historically the best year for crypto by far, is coming. And there are now people putting their crypto in USDT. Either they don't believe, or they don't know about it, or they try to time it. Right? But I would say that's dangerous. If you have some good profits, yeah, take some, fine. But leave some bags before the real fun starts, right? Because this is what the market does. It goes down when you expect it to go up. It goes sideways for longer than you like. We have some bad news, and it makes you believe like, wow, it's going to be different. Maybe we should get out. And once you finally capitulate, the market's going to explode. That's just what happens, okay? You are here for a reason. Let the year where it should all come together prove if you were right or not. But don't, like, get out before that year starts in the first place. Like, otherwise you have to wait another 4 years, right? And it is diminishing, so it's not going to be as fun as now. So that's all I wanted to mention, guys. For now, thanks for watching. If you want to like the video, smack that. Subscribe to the channel, turn the bell notification on, and I'll see you guys very soon.